Welcome to Biscuit Tin RPG. That's right. That's my new intro that I just made up. Anyway,
Wow.
thank you for joining us today. Sorry about last night. We did not have a stream yesterday. We had a couple of players that were out due to illness. So we are going to pick up next week. And then after that, we'll probably have a 2 week break and get back on our normal schedule. So we'll see you then for what happens to the murderers of Johann. So come back and join us for that. But right now, we are here with City of Illumination. So let's see what shenanigans we get up to, and or deaths that we create for ourselves and our friends.
Thanks, Bo. um, so yes, welcome back, and let's go ahead and jump right back into City of Illumination. Start off with what happened last week. Session 111. No, 112.
112, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I just need to scroll further down to find it. Anyways, so what happened with the Sandstormers? The fight in the Arbite camp continued, with the Lycans pushing further into the mercenary and arbitrator defenses. But with the timely arrival, the Sandstormers soon favored them and their allies. During the fight, Lorenzo became diseased in some manner. And to the horror of Godolina and Biz, after a clutch feather fall by Godolina, witnessed her die horrifically as her insides leaked out from almost every orifice. Not to take any chances, and with the last Direbore falling to someone else not Ox, Biz quickly informed everyone the situation, and Tav was forced, well, not really forced, was tasked to cast Greater Restoration on both Godolina and Coralox, who was momentarily attacked by Coralox, in the hopes that whatever had plagued Lorenza was no longer going to plague anyone else. With the situation somewhat under control, Biz advocated to visit Macerna for supplies, but with time not on their favor, they decided to put that trip on hold. Learning more about the situation on the island from the Fieldworks agent named Kunat, the dwarf, they were informed about the massive lichen presence and the now scattered and isolated pockets of freeborn resistance left on the islands. More importantly, both Agmonu and Zuvex were further inland with one heading to Az Stronghold and the other in search of booze. Biz sent messages to both Akmanu and Zuvex, with only Zuvex responding in short messages. Frustrated by the lack of communication, Biz opted to search for the fallen Asimar, who took with him the veteran fighters and scouts in search of something to drink. And that's where we find ourselves today. It is later at night at this point. Specifically, it is around 8 o'clock at night. The party has, for the moment, not taken the long rest. They're about to. I figured we wanted to do a couple of things. One of which was deal with Lorenza. Um, Currently, a majority of the party at least, has gathered on the nearby shores, south of the Arbite camp. Um, at first, probably in my mind, preparation for a funeral, but Tav has requested that Lorenzo serve once more as Mighty Dreadnought. I was kidding. Your, your service is yet to end.
Get
Serve
back
you
here.
one more time. So
You're not done yet.
that is
We
where we're
need to
at.
squeeze every drop of sanity out of this one.
Yes, yes. In the late nights, right off the rocky crags, surrounded by the nearby ocean, it is calm waters, low tide, and the nearby few remaining Arbites are chit-chatting away, also hyped up on Locana powder, as they are on sentry duty, going on 24 hours of no sleep. But the rest of the party is slowly trickling down by the coast, um, at first to maybe have a funeral, but after probably hearing Tav and Biz talk about magic items that they could use to bring back Lorenza, everyone now realizes that Lorenza will return once more soon. So I leave it to you all. You're all sort of slowly trickling in, as I said, towards the area. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
Well,
I
I'm gonna,
will.
I'm gonna,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say goodnight to Bill.
Bill.
Hmm. Biz Nye the Science Guy.
You don't want to stay and watch the resurrection of your comrade?
Dude, I was a whale for like all the day. I'm tired.
I think
Fair
we're all
enough.
tired, Ox.
You can go if you want to. You don't have to watch me bring my friend back.
Seems like a real personal thing, and I don't want to get in the way.
Okay, yeah.
Not personal to you.
No.
He has watched this so many times, he's used to it.
Interesting.
Just looks at Corlock, looks down and walks away.
Yeah, yeah. Corlock's not bothered. I mean,
Okay. I almost called it Sterling. Biz, you have the scroll.
I will pull out my Scroll of Resurrection, a 500 gold piece diamond, and I will also pull out a Scroll of Lesser Restoration, or sorry, Greater Restoration, and probably hand that to you as well. When she comes
Yeah.
back, she will not be removed of disease, so you'll need to cure it.
Okay. Here's normal disease afflicting creature resurrection. Okay. Probably for
Yeah.
best if you use that also.
I mean, we can revive her and then see if she starts immediately throwing up her guts, but I figured.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna take some time either. Take 1 hour or so. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
it makes sense
away-
for. I mean, it makes sense that Ox all sort of says that because everyone's exhausted.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think anyone really is going to argue with
Sorcery
not everyone being
Sand.
there.
Then
Oh, George is there.
I'm gonna take 1 hour and sit over corpse, reading a scroll, and just sometimes just poking her with some fire magic. But okay, yeah. And then we do this, yeah. And then the little diamond there, straight slap it on there, and poof.
How much of the sorcerer's sands do you have left after using it?
5 ounces, so 5.
Ounces. Okay. All right. The sorcerer's sands, when you first use it, the bag itself, it feels warm to the touch. As you put your hand, the warmth doesn't really feel much to you, maybe to others. But since you are one, a tiefling, two, your patron is an Afridi, it feels quite cool, as if you were sitting out in the desert sands itself, back on mainland during the night, where it's a little bit cooler. As you pull it out, it's sort of like sprinkling cinnamon over a fire. It creates that crackling flame effect. So when you sort of throw it over because you really don't know how to use it at first, but thanks to just the innate knowledge that Lloyd gives you as your patron, it crackles little spouts of fire over her body, which is very grotesque, I will say, in its current state. So you're reviving her first, and then you do duration, correct?
Yeah, start with reviving and then be just
Okay.
for safekeeping, just slap the greater reservation.
Okay. So yeah, that's right. So you use the greater restoration first, and obviously it's probably what you just described, and then using the sorcerer's sands, use that as a replacement for material point to cast resurrection, which I'm assuming Biz, you're the one doing it.
I can't do it, so it has to be either Tav or Goodlina. I'm a sorcerer. I can't cast Resurrection.
I totally can't cast resurrection. She's a sorcerer, but she's not that kind of sorcerer.
I don't know that kind of sorcerer either.
So who can cast resurrection?
Tav? You can,
The
right?
cleric, so it's just me that can cast resurrection. Don't know about the greater restoration.
Wait, you can actually cast. It's like you have the spell ready.
No, I
Well, I have a
don't-
scroll of it.
so-
I'm just
Oh, you have the
handing it.
scroll. Oh, okay. I was just like, who has resurrection? I was like, okay,
Yeah, I got
for
scrolls.
sure.
I just don't. I didn't
I
have the
forgot.
diamonds for it. It was the issue.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. I forgot you bought a bunch of gold. All right. So yes, using the scroll. Written. Obviously, you got these scrolls from the church, the Light Hood, the Church of Palor. It intermingles with your magic. At first, the divinity of the scrolls illuminate the area in like a 30 foot radius. But that soon cascades down onto her into this sort of small smoldering fire. Since your patron is a Freedy and you are a tiefling, utilize your own aesthetic to it. and through a small sort of layer of flame, Lorenza is returned. She breathes heavily as she awakes, looking about, her eyes wide open. She grabs her throat. She checks her eyes as if she's trying to push things back in. She realizes that she is normal. She quickly hugs you out of fear and sort of a panic, breathing heavily as she probably has returned, and probably her last moments were of her, falling apart. Uh, Coralox, Vosu, even Givy, and even Steven. Steven's like, it's good to have you back, but even he eventually caves, and you all sort of embrace one another as
Yay.
Lorenzo is turned for a third time.
Group hug.
Group hug. Um,
It's good to have you back, Lorenzo. And I'm very sorry about the way you died. That seemed horrible.
yeah, it was strange. I was in like a very hot red desert, and I heard a voice saying, follow me. So I thought this was the end, and I'm glad I'm back. But yeah, it was very strange. It was an ominous voice. It wasn't Lloyd, which was off-putting. But yeah.
Uh, do you have anything to add to that, Corlox? Because that sounded.
Well, Givy and Vos are just like both look at each other and they're just like, yeah, that's the same. We had the same sort of like death vision too. And Corlox is like, it's probably due to the fact that you've all been revived so many times. It happens different for each person, but the more you sort of die, the more you lose yourself. And it differs from person to person, but some people say that they find themselves in a place that's reminiscent of home, or in your case, since you all are sort of patrons to an Afridi, you probably are finding yourselves in a very similar area. But it's not something to be concerned about, but if you die too many times, that place you go to might be the last place you'll ever be. And like those folks, all three of them are just looking at each other, just like, oh, so who's the voice? And Coralux is like, I do not know either. Gorolina sort of just like flies down, says, could be the greater power that your soul probably wandered to, since you all are, patron to an Afridi. Your souls will most likely wander to one of the deities that's close enough to the elemental plane of fire, or it could be something else. Since you're neither of your elementals, and elementals technically don't die like that, your soul would go somewhere closer to that. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really. Tab could see all three of them are just like, so where's my soul gonna go after I'm dead, like dead. Golden is like, I don't know. If you were like one of the other deities like Palor or something like that, you'd go to their domains, but because you're not elementals and elementals don't technically go anywhere when they die, it's hard to say where your souls are going. And
That's not
Steven's like,
disconcerting.
no, it's not. But that's sort of how things sort of end up with the way things have gone. And Steven's just like, huh, where am I gonna end up? And Gertrude just turns and walks away.
We're not gonna think about that.
Wait,
Yeah.
why is no one saying anything? Am I going nowhere?
You're going to heaven, Stephen.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to the great farm in the sky.
What
I
is that naive,
I
Tab?
wholly I totally doubt that, Tav. Totally doubt that.
You're
Remember,
going to
I'm a rat.
You're
I'm going to
going
the
to the
great
swimming
sewer.
pool in
I'm
hell.
going to the great in hell.
I
Why would
don't know.
why would I want to go to hell? Can I just go to like the great sewers of the Underdark or something?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Sure.
That's
Better
okay.
than what those three are going.
Don't say that, Stephen. Don't be nice to them. They've been through a lot.
I am nice in my own way.
Yeah, you are. Okay, yeah, I can't be mad at you. Just look at that face. Oh.
Jaw dangling. He's gnawing on a hand that he took from one of the were rats. By the way, were rats, disgusting.
Oh, that's not good. Do you have
Yeah.
enough food right now, or?
I don't even want this. This is just disgusting.
Okay, yeah,
But
it's
I think if they die, they turn back to humans, don't they? It's not like the way they that
So
human
you
taste.
you notice that actually no, the light. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're correct. You're correct. They do revert back to their current form. So he's gnawing on
Just normal rat hand.
a halfling hand. No, it's a were rat. So it's some sort of humanoid.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say
oh,
halfling hand.
You know, I think you're gonna go somewhere, hopefully, Steven, when you die. And that's all
Yeah,
I can
I'm
really say
not.
about that.
I'm not too confident in that. So don't sugarcoat it.
I'm hoping for you, for your
Oh,
sake.
it's an empty hope, Biz.
So glad Ox isn't there.
yeah.
Yeah, George is just like, hey, who wants to drink before we go to bed?
Uh, Biz is gonna pull out a little stone, and he's gonna call Jeffrey on it.
Yeah.
Uh, hello, Jeffrey. Uh, I've I appreciate the scrolls you got us last time. We need a 1,000 gold piece diamond to use one of them. As well, uh, I need some platinum inlaid vials for some spells, and I think Ox is planning to come talk to you next time we arrive. So if you could, you know, do a little shopping for us, that would be very appreciated.
So you get like a very groggy voice, Jeffrey's like, oh, I slept at the office again. Uh, okay. 1,000 gold diamond, platinum inlaid. What'd you say? Inlaid what?
Inlaid vials.
Inlaid vials, and then refresh me why I need to talk to Ox again. And that's
You
the
said
Jack.
you said you had a person that he should talk to about his, I think something about his like marks.
Oh, Okazi. That's right.
Oh,
So he's like, if you send another message back, he responds back to that message. He's like, oh, that's right. Akazi, yes, I would love for him to meet Akazi. She seems very knowledgeable about like planes and stuff. So maybe that could help. But I can definitely get you a diamond. I'll have to let you know if I can find platinum inlaid vials. Maybe I can grease a few elbows, but there's a pause. He's like, do you think you can pay for some of that? I don't want to
Sure.
continue
Yeah.
using funds from the
Well,
guild.
I did give you 21,000 gold.
You want me to use the 21,000 gold? Because
I
that's gonna
mean,
probably be roughly around how much it's gonna cost. Roughly.
for a few like vials and 1,000 gold piece diamond.
Do you know how much platinum costs? You want a fully platinum inlaid
Well,
vial.
it doesn't need to be
You
that
know how you
expensive.
know how rare that do you know how rare that is? I have to go to one, the Mages Guild, and I have to either deal with them or bargain with them to get said things. That's the only place I know. Second, I don't know where anywhere else to find inlaid vials because the only people I know are mages, right?
Well,
And I don't know if I have enough pull with the Mages Guild. But like I said, if you're okay with using the 20,000 gold that you gave me, then I'll see what I can do. But I can't get it to, in a day.
it doesn't need to be today, but
Okay.
they need to only be 400 gold piece worth. And I
That's
think
great. I don't
maybe
know how you can.
Galahad had some last time I checked, and she
I
seems to be in fair standing with you guys.
that's great. Yes, I will talk to Galahad. That's fine.
I think we have some items, some stuff we found that could also help pay for it.
Okay, and when are you going to get me those stuff?
When we teleport there, that will maybe be at the end of tomorrow.
Okay.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, just send me a message, or if you want to plan tomorrow night, then just I'll meet you back at the Breeze home.
That's fine.
Okay.
Ox will probably be coming too, so
Okay.
be prepared.
Oh, I'm always prepared. I have lots of things to do.
Good. I will put the stone away. Okay. Where is Ox? I'm gonna go find Ox even if it's sleeping.
Sure.
And I
Obviously.
just
Oh, that's right. I took Akamono's
yeah, find the cot you're in.
yeah, his cot or his whatever.
Hammock.
It's hammock.
Hammock.
And
Yeah.
then I just beam into his head as loud as I can. We're going tomorrow to the Seabreeze home. Just like as loud as possible in his head. And
Wow.
then I just walk away.
You just hear a
Wah, wah.
wow. Okay. Um, before before Ox, you can go to sleep. But
Okay.
before Tav and Biz, um, Kunat will want to give you some last minute information before you guys head out tomorrow morning. Um, he says, lastly, I just wanted to give you as much information as I possibly can, just so I can say that I did my job when Molshiad arrives tomorrow. Um, lastly, mostly Zuvex had concerns about the Lycan presence. Um, he ascertained that they have to be coming from somewhere, and he managed to capture one, but unfortunately we had to kill him. He shows you not too far away underneath the ship that they're currently inhabiting that's been wrecked is a cage with a severely scarred but deceased was a drow elf woman. He's like, I assure you, we didn't torture her. She was already in that state when she eventually passed and returned after we summarily executed her to end her suffering. Well, I didn't. Akimoto did. Uh, Zuvex ascertained because Zuvex has traversed both this continent and Deus for quite some time. Um, he ascertained because on the woman, as he pulls out a belt buckle. The belt buckle has some inlays made of silver. And for both Biz and Tav, you both recognize that these type of belt buckles are only sold in the principality, or no, are only sold in the Magocracy of Oglever. The Magocracy of Oglever is a country that was once part of the Tarok Empire, but seceded back in the heyday. But it is a state that is ruled by mages, or the nobility that are mostly mages, mostly wizards and sorcerers. But these belt buckles are from there. And Zuvex ascertained that a majority of these people aren't from here, though their numbers have rapidly grown because they're probably infecting the local populace on the island. But Zuvex pretty much discerned that most of these lichens came from somewhere else, and they mostly probably came from Deus. Now, Zuvex is he was quite smart. I've worked with Zuvex for like 3 years, so I didn't think he was this knowledgeable, but he's actually quite into monster hunting. Um, but he said that they may be the offshoots or like the infected of a very notable werewolf lord. And he says the name of this werewolf lord um, is goes by Odert Starkadson. Odert Starkadson. And you, both of you, can make history checks since you're both technically from the continent of Deus. More so Biz, but Tav, you've at least had some schooling in Deus before you came to the orphanage. Or maybe you were taught a little bit, but you would still get a chance at it.
23.
23,
21.
21, you both pass.
Yay.
I'll put the name down in the Discord. And where's Discord? There you are. What the fuck? Bill Myth. The hell is that? Some AI shit. All right. So the werewolf lord goes by the name of Odert Starkatson. As soon as he says Starkatson, you both really do remember the story of how this werewolf lore came from. Apparently, this werewolf lord leads like a horde of werewolves that he's converted over the past centuries. Um, Odert used to be a famous Oglevian magocrat who ventured into the Hollowed Country with his house to reclaim an ancestral estate, only to return as a werewolf lord and the head of a werewolf army that continues to ravage the eastern borders of the Turok Empire and southern portions of the magocracy of Oglever to this day. Um, with that knowledge, if it is truly the same Oderd Starkadson, then yes, he has to have come from Deus with his horde. Though I don't think any of you have seen this horde. You've only really heard rumors and tales from others, but it is definitely a real thing out in that continent. And if that is the case, there has to be some sort of method of him coming here with his horde. Um, Zuvex, though his primary mission is to go investigate at Stronghold, he also thinks that there's probably some sort of portal or some sort of means of transporting these vast numbers of lichens to the continent of Briseis.
Okay. Problem. So we need to probably shut in a portal. I don't think it ships them that they came with. That would take some time. That would be pretty easy to spot, yeah. So a portal. That's great. That's just fantastic. Well, thank you for the information. That will probably help us to deal with the lichen threat, hopefully. If not kill us, but still. Thank you.
Yep, Kunadats, yep. You go all rest now. I will wake you in the morning if need be.
Thank you. God. It's everywhere. Oh God, we're so going to be turned. Ox is gonna turn into a werewolf. I just know it. He probably wants to also. He's
Oh,
that
for
kind of guy.
sure. Yeah,
We
you
have
know
to
he wants to.
we have to keep him away from lichens at all cost.
Wow.
Go to sleep, shut up. Okay, let's go to rest now.
Okay. So you all take your long rest. Those that are early wakers will find that the sentries are still up, still buzzing around, still sniffing that Locana powder. Um, there's especially the intelligences who are ziplining with their little zipline hand gauntlets. It's like Apex Legends here. Um,
I'm
but
gonna
yeah,
yeah. No, 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 no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing.
no, they're just waking up. So those who wake up just sees that they're still around. It is a somewhat relative humid morning. The oceans is very calm. Uh, However, those that do eventually wake up, you're surprised that you've slept through it. But there are still distant howls of wolves, rats shrieking throughout the island. You can
Hmm.
hear some of the mercenaries who are just like, their numbers are growing. I don't even know if we'll have enough men, even if the Federation Marines get here in time.
I mean, it might get worse when they arrive. They aren't lucky.
That was also true.
Oof,
So it's just more reasons.
more
Uh,
lichens.
actually, I will when we wake up. I'm gonna message both, I guess, Nurbanu and Molshiad and just make them aware, like and threat on the island. We're going in to find Zuvex. No, we're finding Akmanu. And I'll mention that we're planning on raiding the what's it called?
The supply
Uh,
depot or whatever, right?
no, the fort that the one lady's in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know what page it's on, but
Who? Rating who and what?
the
Um,
At Commander Imeshit as Stronghold.
As Stronghold?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, right. Quarter, yeah.
Just so they know where we're going and what to be aware of.
Yes. If you message, if you message Normanu responds saying understood. I already received a sending from Molshiad late last night. Um, he's talked with the Grand Admiral and they've already decided a plan. But if you can get to Az Stronghold and scout it out prior to our landings, that would be beneficial. Molchat's response saying, yes, yes, I'm well aware of the lichens. I've tasked Zuvex to find its roots. I've also tasked Ekmono to find its roots, but it seems like he's not listening, which is not surprising. He tells you that he will be there by the end of the day with the rest of his forces. So Alaran and his mercenaries, plus the other mercenaries that he bought, along with the rest of his Arbites. Um, he also tells you that Urbana will be there in 2 days, along with the new Vice Admiral Nikitas, who will be there as well. Bryaxis and the main fleet will be arriving tomorrow. And the plan is from Admiral Bryaxis is if the Sandswimmers can get to Az Stronghold, scout out and send information to the rest of the fleets, then they can begin their preparations to lay siege to it. Because once Az Stronghold falls, the island is pretty much theirs. Obviously, he knows about the lichens, so if the Sandswimmers can find a way as well to figure out how to stop the influx of it or to find the roots of where it is, um, that'd be beneficial. But you all know that even though that is very important, finding the grotto is also pretty much imperative as well. Um, he says that the plan is Baraxis is going to come. He's going to invade East Coast Stronghold and march on Ash Stronghold. Once Molshiad arrived, he's going to send Alran and some of his Arbites, specifically specifically Silvador and Roland. No, sorry, Olba and Alran, since they're the military leaders. But if need be, he can send you Silvador and Roland to assist you in finding both the grotto and scouting out Ash Stronghold once you reconvene with Suvex. If you don't remember, Silvador is the gemstone dragonborn who flies on a carpet. He's a wizard. And Roland was the guy with like the pretty sophisticated crossbow. He's sort of like a tracker and scout too. Um, the plan for Nurbanu and Nikitas is that they're gonna head straight for Dragon Rot Port. Nurbanu is gonna come west first, land her troops there, and march to secure the towns over there, while Nikitas is gonna go straight to Dragon Rot Port and lay siege to it. So hopefully once that, the 20 atolls can finally be secured and the freeborns will finally be eliminated and dealt with. But obviously that really comes down to, well, you learning this from Molshad you can gather that even with the Freeborns gone, they're pretty much already defeated since you all know that Nycerelia is leaving them behind, is abandoning them. So the Freeborn Rebellion is technically over. They're just here to mop up. However, there's obviously um, new threats. The Hibis corpse has arrived, causing a ruckus, and you have a couple more um, perpetuals that are on the
Yeah,
island.
those
Specifically,
guys.
specifically the Tieflings and Andrin has returned, and Jen Maris, who you all remember you cut them both up and sent them to into the ocean, but they returned not regardless.
Yeah, we also need to check in on a big shape changing man.
Well, Molchad informs you that the pieces that were left to him are still in pieces.
Yeah, his
And
mind that's regrowing, right?
well, even if you go and check yours, it is not regrowing either.
Oh, I thought it was.
Well, I'm not saying to the point where it grew to a new
Yeah,
perpetual. It may have grown a little bit, but it's not like growing to the point where he's
he's not fully
returned.
formed. It's just
Right.
starting.
No, not really. Like it hasn't really grown that much.
Okay,
So, and he
so
tells
he
you that
doesn't
the
get to
same
worry
things
about
happened to him. So he's like, it's not these pieces haven't grown that much either. Like they maybe increased a few inches in size, but relatively, it seems like this perpetual has been dealt with for the most part.
it. Okay. So just look up for those two then.
Right. Okay.
So we have a plan, probably.
Yeah, so we're gonna head to the store depot, right? Or the
Supply depot, yeah.
storehouse. Yeah. Store depot. Storehouse. I mixed up like three different
Poorhouse.
words there.
Yeah, for the same thing.
We're heading over to
Um,
Gnome Depot.
yeah, yeah.
I love Gnome Depot. Make some good stuff on Instagram. Shout out to Gnome Depot.
Whoop, whoop.
Love
So
your
we
shit,
head
dude.
there. Hopefully we find Ekmonu in one piece. As if not, if he's in trouble, we're gonna have to help him. But if we find him, we get him and we head over to Az and we scout it out and send information back to our allies so we can come full force. Assumedly, unless we just want to try to do it ourselves, but it feels a bit foolish.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
full stronghold. I mean,
it probably won't
it
go
depends on. I
well.
guess it depends on how long they're gonna take. We want to try to do this as fast as possible as well. But I mean, it's something we can decide when we get there.
Yeah, we have to scout it out, and then we can see if we can do it or we should wait and do a full force frontal attack.
And then also, if we find a horde of lichens, should I guess deal with that if we can,
Yeah, some way.
because that might interfere with our allies. They might get so.
I think I plan on sending Narzan, Kumal, and George to go find and help what's his bucket? The other one.
Suvex?
Zuvex. Yes.
But Zuvix is as right.
Well,
Well, he's
uh,
supposed to be there, right?
he hasn't
Scouting.
he hasn't responded to you really. Remember, he just says, "What
Yeah,
do you
he
want?
said, yeah, what do
Do
you
you want
want?
to
And
do you
then
want to message him again or send him
it's
again?"
like a waste of a spell, but I can if we want.
It's up to you, man. Because yeah, realistically, no one knows where Zuvex is at. His mission is to go scout out at Stronghold, but you've learned so far that Zuvex tends to literally operate alone. So
Uh,
he is doing his mission, but he's like doing it the roundabout way.
yeah, I'll message him.
Okay.
I'll say, Zuvex, tell us your location and your status. If you don't, I'm going to send four of our loudest warriors to you, and they're going to be impossible to get rid of.
About 10 seconds later, he responds, I'm in the dungeon of Ass Stronghold.
You got fucking captured. Oh my god.
Is he a
That tracks.
prisoner or is he just
No
there?
wonder he's being so tidy about it. He doesn't want to admit that he got fucking caught.
Do you send her the message?
Unless he isn't, and he's just hiding in there. That's either way. I
Yeah,
was
that's all he responds.
God, why can't he just send more than 3 words? You got
That's who he
25
is.
of them.
That's who he is.
Oh God.
You want to send another sending?
In chains or not.
I am using chains on some guards.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, I'll say sorry. I am using chains on some guards. But lichens are surrounding the stronghold.
Oh, okay. So he's get the okay. Lycans are trying to take it, right? The Lycans are not on the. That's interesting.
Is it? Is it interesting?
Yeah, well, because it's taking Lycans are they're against dice really. They're not related at all. So they're just trying to fuck with them.
Eh, maybe.
Maybe they got run out of DS and trying to find a new home.
Uh, I mean, possible. I mean,
Why would there be a portal here
Unless they
from
didn't go through Florida, they might have
they might
taken a
have
ship.
just yeah. Yeah,
You don't
but that
know.
was just yeah, okay, yeah. It's a lot of questions, not a lot of answers, and I think
This guy sucks at sending messages.
yeah, he really does.
I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, why not? We're gonna go ahead and send Narzan, Kumal, and George to go scout out a way into the dungeon.
I'll
You're s-
also,
okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
those three of the loudest people. You know they're gonna get caught, right?
Okay, first
Well,
of all, first of
two of
all,
the loudest and the drunkest.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
sorry, continue.
I was gonna offer. I do have my ninth level back, and Biz 2 is kind of low on slots. So if someone wanted to have a copy of themselves, now would kind of be the time to
Oh,
do it.
Kumal and Narzan both raised their hand
So does
instinctively.
Ox.
I don't want to deal with the sexual tension, so I'm not gonna
That's
volunteer.
wild.
I am going to raise my hand. I'm like, then you could send my copy with them to go do scouting.
I could do that, but I worry the scouting mission is it's kind of concerning to me because they aren't you're barbarians. You're not known for being like sneaky.
No, but we are known for getting the lay of the land and surviving.
Sure. But I'm just worried when there's a horde of, lichens running around.
Uh-huh.
What are the chances it might find you? They are known for like having heightened senses,
Yeah.
good ears and noses.
That just
You
means they
do
walk
smell
right
a
to their
bit.
death.
Oh God.
I think you're maybe underestimating these people a little bit.
I think you're underestimating me.
I'm not, and it wouldn't be you, it'd be a copy of you with half your health.
No,
So
Yeah.
George is going to raise his hand. He's like, no offense, Ox, but why are you sending us again? Why are you sending me? I mean,
All right, fine. You can stay here,
I
George.
have marine experience, but I'm not a scout nor a ranger. Okay, are we there to assist Zuvex? From my understanding, Zuvex is like
Zuvik's in the dungeon.
is an
But
infiltrator. No offense to Kamal and Narzan here. I love you guys, but it seems like you're sending us to our deaths, realistically. And I don't like that.
Not
And
like
both
it's
Narzan
gonna
and
be
Kamal are
any.
just like, yeah, why are you sending us to our deaths?
I mean, to be fair, you go with us, you're probably gonna die too. So that's really, it's
none of this
really
is
a.
an argument.
Oh, so
No,
like
no,
yeah,
no. Don't
Kamal
say
and Narzan are just like,
oh.
oh, okay, but George is like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense because
None of this
George is
is a
smarter
good
than that.
reason, Ox.
So yeah, no, that's not this. Yeah. George is a little upset about that. He's like, no, doesn't make any sense. Like
We have a lot of very capable people who are good at scouting and sneaking. And I think maybe we should send them to do this job if we wanted.
obviously Kamal and Narzan is like, no, we can do it, but George is like,
Mhm.
I I have a lot of confidence in those two and in myself, but I don't understand your logic here, Ox, of why you're sending us three. If we're there just to fight, then I mean that's all we'll do, but we're not going to get any closer to the fortress if that's the case. Not to mention there's lichens around. We're probably going to be a slow journey with these two. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna fucking knock skulls down. So what's your
Fine.
logic? Curious, yeah. This is Gordolina steps in. Curious is like, yeah, why are you sending these? Why are you sending them to your desk? Like, yeah, this is very ridiculous. You're just gonna just throw them away like that.
All right, fine. It was an
No
idea.
support.
Whatever.
There's no support, right? You're literally sending these guys on foot. You're not even giving me your carpet. What's left of your carpet?
I
You know,
wasn't. I didn't say I wasn't gonna give him my carpet.
that's not the point.
I
The
know.
point is that these people
It's,
are
it's, it's,
who
it's a
also care about their lives,
suicide mission either way.
and as loyal as they are to you, at least some of them will speak up and just be like, "Hey,
All right,
well,
fine.
what's the point? No, seriously, what's the point? What's the point of
No,
sending these guys? If you're gonna send them to attack a fort by themselves, I mean, okay,
I didn't
like
say. I was gonna have them get the lay of the land so that when we finally caught up with them, we would at least have some sort of knowledge of what the surrounding area was, and potentially,
so why can't you say that before? Why can't you say that when why didn't you just say that before? Just send those three.
I assume they were smart enough to understand that.
They're not.
Oh,
I like Ewoks, you know.
oh God, I'm gonna punch you so hard in the mouth.
No, that's well deserved because you know these guys have died for you. They need to know.
Okay, that's the plan. That's the plan I had. If you don't want to do it, that's fine.
It's not about what's doing. It's just, at least be honest with them, and don't just tell them to go somewhere because they're gonna do it. Right? Just tell them. Be honest. We're already in a terrible situation as this.
Yep.
It's just
Okay?
Ox. I think what we're trying to say is, if you send these people and you tell them, go check out this fort, they're going to go check out this fort and then
Yeah, it's not
immediately find all the Lycans in front of it and then fight them all.
it's not that they're not going to do it. It's just that if you don't tell them what to specifically do, because you've trained them just to be barbarians, and that's all they know, right? I can tell them what to do, but I'm not a scout or ranger. I have to rely on them to track. But in a certain situation, what if we get surrounded? They can't kill every Lycan on the island, right? So I don't know what your deal is, Ox, but don't be throwing your friends and companions out like that, thinking that they're immortal. They're not.
Was not my intention, and I apologize. Maybe, perhaps, if that's not what you all want, maybe you all stay back here and reinforce these folks.
That's not
That's
exactly
not what we're
that's not at
saying.
all what we're talking about. It's not
Okay.
at all what I just brought up.
We still want to go to the storehouse, but we just don't want you sending people out for no reason, especially if they aren't really suited for the job you're trying to send them out to do. We've already lost people, and we're let's be frank, we're very low on resources.
Mhm.
If we keep losing them, we're gonna start losing them forever. So let's be reasonable.
Verkati sort of chimes in. He's like, maybe he just doesn't give a shit.
I would like to think he thinks a little bit more of you all, considering how long you know each other. And I think maybe in this situation, we either, if we want to try to send out some scouting parties beforehand, we maybe do that with.
Gordon says that we don't have time for that.
I don't really think we do either, but if that's what we want to do, we have other options. I think we should start heading to the storehouse. I don't think any scouting is going to be super useful, especially when Lycans are roaming, because they're just going to be constantly in the way, no matter if someone scouts or not. They'll be moving, they'll be traveling, they'll be looking for something else to hunt, some other people to infect. So we can go to the storehouse, and then we make our way to Az Stronghold. And then we scout. If it looks good, probably won't, but we'll
Gordon
send
suggests
info.
that you send your people with them.
I think
If Ox wants to send his two guys, then send Verkati or Gassan
that's
with
what
them.
I was suggesting. Yeah.
Or Silver, whoever.
I'm not sending silver, but
Yeah,
But
understandable.
send an actual like infiltrator with them.
yes, Rigotti, if Rigotti feels comfortable, and same as Kasan, they can go.
Kier's is like, George, you can stay. He's like, no, I'll go. Alex told me to go, so I'll go. Steven's like, awkward.
Ox is just like there's a point, and I think it's in Ox's head, especially after last night and Biz's like stupid yell in his head thing, where he's just like kind of on the fence and annoyed that now it's like I may have trained you to be fighters, but I also trained you to be self-sufficient and be able to think for yourselves, not necessarily follow every command blindly. I appreciate the feedback.
It's not about what you're
However, I
telling him to
thought it
do.
was going to be
It's not about assumption. It's not about what you train them to do. It's about understanding the situation and telling them to still do it. Right? They can survive, but you're also putting them in a very dangerous situation. especially George. George may be trained as a barbarian, right? And he has other skills, but you're still throwing these two, three people into an island infested with enemies. And they can do the best that they can, but the likelihood of them being in danger is dramatically high.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that they can just be like, oh, we can navigate through that. Because I, as a person, had to still think about self-preservation for all these NPCs,
Right.
right? So, like, I understand that you have full confidence in these guys, but you're still throwing them to the wolves. And you could, they could have the most confidence in their abilities, but what George is saying is that the way you're directing them is not leader like at all. It's not a friend like. You're supposed to be friends, and that one instance just is like, and it's maybe not just that one instance. It's the past time that has passed, the time that has passed, with the decision making by Ox.
Mhm.
You know, like I said, as you said, you assume that they should be trained that way, but you've just been wrestling with them and training them how to survive, and
Mhm.
they can do that. But that doesn't mean that's 100% going to happen every time,
Nope.
especially for George. George is not as honestly, he's not as strong as these two other barbarians. He's
Mhm.
just gotten little barbarian training because he's been driving the ship the past month, the past year, right? So you
Mhm.
should throw him out there. That's what he's bringing up too. He's self-preservating himself, but he's also looking over to his two comrades. But like I said, the whole point is that you just told him to just go out there with no support, with no real plan, and assuming that they can get what you believe the job done, but they don't even know what the job is. See, you didn't even tell them to go and scout out the area. It wasn't only until Biz brought it up. He's like, well, I want him to go scout and navigate the land. Well, you didn't tell him that. Just head to Ash Stronghold and stuff like that.
All right. Well, if someone's willing to help navigate and keep them in the safe, fine. Otherwise, just come with us. I don't.
Yeah, so are we doing that, or are we all just gonna head to the supply depot and deal with that and then go to Ass Stronghold?
I suppose we can just do that.
I
I
like
thought it might
that.
be beneficial to send some scouts or at least get a lay of the land before we went in there blind. But
But you're sending them blind.
They
Like they
come
don't
with
have
my
they don't
house.
have tracking. Like they can track, but like they don't have magic. Probably be even better if you gave him the carpet, or if Biz gave him some spell scrolls, or you send a caster that sells spell scrolls. You know,
mhm.
but
Yeah, well,
I'm not trying to get these NPCs killed.
right.
I'm really trying not to get any of these people killed. Right.
We want to send them out. I can make a copy of myself. They can go with them, and that can hopefully bail them out.
You want another copy of yourself?
Well, the one I would have would die. So
Oh, so you make
I'd be
up for
replacing
so
it.
it's a full
Uh,
punish one. But
yeah,
do you want that though? Because you could use that for your own. Oh, well, I mean, it works either way.
assuming they would eventually get back here, or they would meet up again. So it wouldn't be a big deal. I'd eventually get my copy back. If that's what we want to do, if we want some
Nope,
scouts, you can
it's
do that.
fine. Nope, let's just go.
All right. So then I
Well,
will.
George instead ship because he doesn't have any magical armor, he doesn't have magical weapons. Curious can go because he can hold his own in combat. Because realistically, George has nothing really to offer because he doesn't have a ship.
Right.
He has nothing. He has nothing. So he's not going. I'm bringing that up right now. Gordon Lazy tell him to stay. Um, you're gonna bring everybody for this, okay?
I I mean, like I
Um,
said, like if we weren't gonna do the send 'em out thing, I'm totally. I think it would be beneficial to leave some people here to help these guys because they're exhausted and they've been doing Locana Powder for like the
that's
last
true.
24
I don't
hours.
disagree with that.
That's true. It's probably beneficial to not bring a larger group with you.
All right, then I am leaving
Because realize that this
least.
journey on the map, that's about a day. Well, I don't know how you guys can get there. I'm assuming mostly by foot.
Hmm.
So that's like a day and a half of walking
Yeah,
with like a couple breaks.
I'm gonna leave all of my three guys here
Okay.
to help reinforce.
Narzan and Kumal are pretty upset. They're just like, well, we want to fight.
Well, you're probably gonna get the opportunity, seeing as these guys are gonna have to sleep, and then they're probably gonna get attacked again in the middle of the night. So
Kira says he could stay if you want him to because he can help shape up the defenses here with the best he can. He says it's unfortunate that he has to tear down the wood of the ship, but he could put it to better use more so than who these people are.
sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I just be careful. I think keep an eye out for the two perpetuals that we know are wandering around. I know it's one's confirmed from the sun, the other one's the.
Godolina just sort of says, I think it's us that we need to be worried about that.
I think
I think
being
they're
careful all
more
around.
concerned about us. They want to kill us specifically.
Yeah.
That's
We're
true.
we're
Yeah.
far more dangerous and more worthy. Not saying that none of you are worthy, saying that we are bigger targets than the rest of our companions per se.
So
Especially you three, well, us four.
I guess it just comes back down to the whole thing of who is, if you're gonna make another copy, who are you making a copy of?
I think it's just a copy of me would be useful just to have more spells over here, well, or with us either way. A second ox is never a bad thing, and when I'm able to,
That is the
reel
complete
it in.
opposite of the argument that was made last time. I don't buy it.
Well, in retrospect, I'm the one that controls the copy, so it shouldn't be that big a deal.
But what? What are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about?
The copy I
I'm
could potentially make, or I could just hold on to the spell slot and then we can spend that later.
I think hold on to the spell slot for now. You might need it to meteor storm something.
Yeah.
Meteor storm. I'm gonna leave Lorenza and Booze here and take with Gibby and
Well,
Corlox and Steven.
I'll leave Orestes and Gassan and Verkadi and Silver, I'm gonna say. And also leave Biz too. He's gonna stick with them.
All right, so I have Godolina, I have Ox, I have Riccati,
Yeah.
I have
Mhm.
Corlox, I have both Bizzes, Tav, Silver.
Yeah.
And then Steven
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Vosu.
Gibby.
Okay. And then what about Orestes?
Orestes is staying.
Okay, so Kyrus, Vosu, Kassan, both barbarians, George, and Orestes are staying.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyrus is going to shape in the defenses here. I guess the Bosu can be on watch. Kassan can be on watch. George can help Kyrus. Orestes can help Kyrus too. I guess both Narzan and Kamal can help Kyrus.
They'll help and be on watch as well to let the other ones get some sleep.
That's fine. Actually, that's probably better because they both have high perception or survival. I'll just use
Yes.
survival. Okay. Now, you could also wait till Molshe gets back and he can have them support the scouting of the island because you're going to need it. You're not wrong, Will, but you just don't have the support realistically to be of any effect. Plus, the dangers of them dying is increased.
Hmm.
So maybe when Molshe gets here later today, he can help them with their scout mission because you do need to get to Zuvek somehow, since he probably has more info on Az Stronghold, whatever he's doing there.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're going there.
I'll leave them with the standing orders that when Molshiad gets here, if they want to send out a scouting party, I want them to support them.
Well, yeah, because Molshe will have like equipment and probably supplies that will help him and stuff. Plus,
Hmm,
he'll actually send like scouts, so he can send multiple teams out with them.
true.
So at least those people will get killed and not your two other guys.
Well, I'm gonna ask. I thought about this earlier. I'm just gonna ask you guys got an extra one of those grappling hook things?
Oh, the intelligencers?
Yeah.
They're just like, well, it's the only ones we got.
Well, there's a dead one over there.
Oh, yeah, they look back at the five corpses like, oh yeah. Technically, those are our Bud Guild property, but if you grease a few knuckles, I could say that they were lost.
I just look at him like dead face. Coin or Locana powder?
He's like, oh, wait, you have Lucana powder?
Yeah, I got two of them. I bought some last night.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
And one of the
So
Locana
yeah, he'll
powders.
give you he'll give you a grappling hook, like one each. So you have two grappling hook wrists. So they're basically just uh shootable grappling hooks. It just takes an action. It has a 60-foot range, but you have to make a range attack
Hmm.
to hook it on. Um, I'm not even going to be like you need proficiency.
Okay.
I don't care. That's whatever. So you have two wrist grappling hooks. And one of the guys
Well,
is like, those are our properties. Like, shh, take this vial. He was like,
no, no,
oh. He's like, you want the other two?
no, I'm good.
Oh, God, you're dual wielding both of
Well,
them.
two on the arms, and then you get
Oh
down to
my
two on the
God.
legs, and then
So we have a blue Spider-Man barbarian.
Oh God. Oh
Now I just
God.
vision now Ox just like grappling hooking with the sword of the loud whisper in the night, dude. Oh God.
Oh God. Oh God.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm
Woo!
not gonna even demand. I'm not even ask for proficiency. Just fuck it.
We're gonna
You're gonna be
die.
raging during that anyways, most likely
Yeah,
when it gets to
probably.
combat. Okay,
Oh
that makes
God.
sense. That's on point. That's on brand. Yeah, Gordon just shakes her actually. Unbelievable. But at the same time, more so for our enemies than us.
Or for us also. We can swing
Don't
in and just
let's
rage.
let's not think about that.
Oh God. We're gonna die.
I say
Let's
nothing
just
to the rest of the party. I just walk by like nothing's
Oh no, yeah, no, that tracks. That tracks.
wrong.
Both
You
Narzan
do
and
you.
Kamal are just like they go into their knapsack and try to trade whatever they can for them too. The other guy's like, no, if you don't have enough gold or drugs, you're not getting these. They're just like, damn it.
Walk by and give them both enough money to get thing
Yes.
of
How
Lacana
much?
powder from that one guy,
It's-
so they can trade
Oh,
it, so
that's
they get
true.
there
That's
too.
true. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. So if you do that, yeah, they'll walk back, and then they'll walk to him. They'll walk back, and they're just like, and then both the guys just like, fuck, and free Locana powder. So now they both have grappling hook wrists, and all they're doing is fucking around. They're not even fucking on patrol anymore. They're just fucking around at the fucking camp.
Oh
I,
God.
I I had to do something to make up for what happened.
And George is just now drinking because he's like, this is ridiculous. But as soon as he gets drunk, he starts joining in because he's drunk. So, and now Curious is doing this job alone. So that actually also tracks. Okay. All right, so you guys are heading out. How do you all want to get there? By foot, it's about a day and a half, maybe a day and a quarter. That's with like taking just two breaks though, two
Hmm.
short rests. Um,
Hmm.
how do you
I
guys want to
do
go about
think
it?
I don't want to arrive there and be tired, right? So if
Right.
we need to do like a half thing where we do an overnight hidden in the forest somewhere, I'm more than happy to do that. We just have to find a safe spot, um, so that when we get there, we're not going to have a level of exhaustion.
Right. No, I assume that would be the case. But how do you guys want to go about that? So like s- someone want to track and make a trail while everyone else follows, send Godolina or Biz 2 up in the air, like, scout ahead. How do you guys want to go about this? You want to get there in the fastest time or the safest time? Like, how do you guys want to do this?
Ooh.
It's really up to you.
Well, considering we
Uh,
know about Akamonu and the fact that he is a pretty tough guy, I'd rather get there the safest way.
He's pretty tough. We haven't gotten any messages back from him,
Have
but
you
No.
sent any more messages?
I haven't sent any more. I could
Okay.
send more. If you
I know
want
the
to
two that you sent, he
see.
didn't respond.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll I'll send another
Okay.
since I have the spells for it.
What'd
Uh
you?
I'll send Akimonu. We are heading your way. We're approaching the storehouse. If you are if you do not respond, I will assume you dead and be meteor swarming the entire building.
Yeah, you get no response if you wait, no matter how long you wait.
Okay, I think he might be dead.
So are you actually going to meteor swarm the entire building?
No,
Why would you lie to him?
it's a bluff, Ox.
A what?
A bluff.
I don't understand.
You
I
have done
say I'm
it
gonna do something
before.
to try to scare him into responding.
I Why would you bluff? Just do it.
Silver sort of speaks, chimes, and she says, "I don't think that guy's scared of really anything."
I know, but I don't know.
So I feel like that bluff was hollow.
I mean, you could
I'll
have just
message him
said,
again.
Tell him tell him you'll send me
I'll
in."
give you 20,000 gold if you respond right now.
What level is sending a fifth level spell?
It's a third level spell, but
God,
I got sorcery points for it.
I get it. It's true. Yeah, you still get a response.
Yeah, this fucking dude. He just doesn't respond. He's either dead or doesn't respond to anything.
He's
But
dead. He's dead. Just like he's dead. Fuck it, dude. All right. Okay.
Uh,
he also
yes,
doesn't like gold, apparently. I don't know.
who does?
Eh,
uh,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
well, if he's dead, let's not rush.
I think we shouldn't rush, but we shouldn't be too careful. I think we have to have a little bit time so
Yeah, we do
we
need to still go a bit quick because we do need actually. We are on a time limit
All right,
overall.
let's go. Let's go.
let's have like Gordelina or someone just scout a little bit ahead.
Yeah, well, we can send Biz too. He's if he gets like shot down,
If he dies, it's not
who
the
That is true.
cares?
case.
Yeah. Gordon Lee would be like, yeah, you might as well send Biz too. No offense, Biz too. But you are expendable.
It's all right. He doesn't feel emotion.
It's okay,
That's true.
Philip.
He doesn't really react. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have him start flying and go scout ahead.
Okay. How far do you want to just like you just want to just fly?
Yeah,
Just
just like
fly
fly
as
ahead.
far as you can, or like
Uh, Probably, right? He can
okay,
always come back. So
okay, that's fine. All right. I still need someone to make survival checks to navigate through
I
the
can do
jungle.
that.
I
I
need
don't
someone to
know.
navigate and perception so you can
Well,
evade enemies.
I'm relatively good at both, so it's whichever.
Um,
I am equally good at both, which isn't very good.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I have a +6 in
same.
both.
Yeah. So I guess you want to roll the
So
survival and one of us roll the perception.
yeah,
Right.
I'll do survival then.
You want to go tough?
Yeah, roll perception. Come on now, big
he's
money.
gonna cast
Oh.
guidance.
Jeez. Oh no.
Guidance
He needs
on
it.
Ox.
Oh,
Well, all right. That's fine. So with that guidance, I got a 10, but I also rolled a 1 on a ability check, which means I took roll. Oh,
I got a 12 on my perception check, so let's go, team. I see nothing.
Die 6. Okay.
Yeah.
2.
should I be rolling for Biz at all as or Biz 2 as he's scouting ahead?
Oh,
Yeah, so can you see through him or can you just
I
send
can
or
just I think I just want to look at some icon. This is important. So,
because he still acts technically on his own, but like
yeah, I don't think I can see through his eyes or anything. Um, Lizzie certificate. Uh,
it's
it
just a
takes
D4 will the
yeah.
bless.
So I got a 10 for that, but for
Okay.
the shard, since I rolled a 1,
Yes,
I
yes.
uh, I experience a vision of an ancient calamity, a beautiful city threatened by crumbling mountains and erupting volcanoes, and I am stunned until the end of my next turn.
Well, it's a good thing you're on your carpet, so
Yeah.
you just sort of just slump over,
Right.
and like after like 6 seconds of everyone asking, "Are you okay?" You're just like, "Huh? Yeah, I'm great. I'm fine."
It's good. It's good.
I
Just
can.
Make a
with like
deception
look of
check.
like just like oh my god in my eye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, while you doing that, Biz, the survival check, simply because the jungle isn't a like ridiculous jungle. It's not thick, it's not over hazardous. And because you're flying a carpet, so you can fly, pretty good height, depending on how high you want to go,
Hmm.
you can easily find and navigate the party through very easy trails. And even with the 12% check, the hordes of the patrols are not really, yeah, I guess you could say patrols of lichens, and they vary between the types of lichens. There's not a lot of werewolves, like there's a few werewolves here and there in those groups, but there's mostly wereboars and wererats, specifically wererats. That's the more numerous variants
Hmm.
of these lichens. But because they're well, I shouldn't say they're not bad, but it seems that they are preoccupied with something else as opposed to looking for enemies. You pass a couple of hamlets and small villages on the way, and it seems that those are their targets.
Hmm.
Obviously,
Hmm.
some of the party members would like to intervene, but Godolina is among the people. I don't know if there's anyone else who would dissuade the party, but she was like, "We cannot afford to, right?
Yeah.
We're
Very.
pressed for time." And even through the cacophony of screams for help and these blood-curdling screams of agony as lichens bite into them and begin to slowly turn them into more lichens, it is somewhat inevitable as you cannot really take care of the situation currently at hand unless you choose to. But even taking down these lichens and saving these few, since most of the party is evil, that's sort of what I'm thinking. Because if more party were more of good, they'd be like, no, we're going to save as much people as we can. But I
I
really don't think that most of you are thinking we should save everyone
no,
as
my
much as we
mindset is
can.
we'll find a wish and make all of this better.
Wow, that's
That is very
interesting.
optimistic. Yeah, that's very
This
optimistic.
isn't Dragon Ball.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, technically it could, but yes, I mean, sure. We'll always find another wish. I mean, we found two wishes already. That's
uh,
already a 5% probability. And everyone's like, that's true. Yeah, we did find two
And
coming out
we
of two
are
wishes.
we are fabled freelancers. We got this.
Yeah, we
this,
crit.
this is definitely the mindset he wants to, but it's just like can't save everyone.
Yeah, and obviously Godolina will try to dissuade everyone's like, I understand. I want to help them too, but the way we can help them is by ending the threat at its source. These people are unfortunately collateral. And like Silver, I'm trying to think. So Silver and Verkati, yeah, Silver and Verkati are really the only sort of good people left. Corlox is neutral in my mind, along with
Yeah.
Givy. Steven's evil as fuck, but he's neutral. You know what I mean? He's not like, well, no, he's chaotic evil, but he's evil because he's ignorant to a lot of things.
And who his
And then,
parents were.
yeah, those two. Uh, Godolina used to be good, used to be noble, but she's no longer that. She's looking to end evil no matter what, and even if it costs lives, innocent lives, she will do it. So yeah, even Verkati and um, Silver are just like, this is wrong. This is terrible. Like,
It's
I want to help
fine.
them, but they're not really big supporters of the ends justify the means. But Silver has also done her fair share of evil, and Verkati as well. So, that's after about 6 to 8 hours of traveling. What did you want? How did you want to go about with Bistu?
This is probably just gonna have to come back and that's what he
Okay.
sees.
So after 6 to 8 hours, I'll say that he'll go ahead 3 hours and he'll come back. I'll go ahead and make a perception check with him. And might as well make a perception and a survival check so he can see if he can scope out paths as well for the party to help Ox and Tav as well.
Okay, perception is a 17,
Okay.
and survival is a 16.
Okay. That's really good. So after 8 hours, you guys are probably taking a short rest, at a very safe location, thanks to Ox. Biz 2 will eventually find his way to you and he'll report to you saying that up ahead there are not as many patrols. His observations point out that a majority of the lichens in the area are all sort of congregating around the central mountain region, which is where As Stronghold is. Now, he will point out that during one of his observations, among the lichens, were two individuals that he noticed. One was a tiefling woman with red, fiery hair. Um, and that can only be pointed out as the perpetual that Joel encountered back in
Isn't that the one that
Acheron.
exploded? What's his face?
Yes,
Yeah,
the one that yeah,
Orestes.
rest is
yes,
yeah, that's why in Titan's one. And
yeah.
at the
So
fight where you guys fought Biz.
yes, out in Acheron. Yes.
I hear that. I'm like, oh man, that was your fault.
Mm.
Oof.
She was seen leading majority of them. Uh, there was a major camp west of your current location, but about 10 or 15 or so miles. So just a few miles to the west, you'll start getting into the thick of the horde. Um, he says that when he was flying, that he saw a bright, not, it is bright from where technically, but a shimmering red beam southwest of your location. Just south of the mountains of Astronghold and north of where Dragon Rock Port would be. His passive investigation, which I'm assuming it's yours, right?
Yeah, exactly the same.
What's your passive
I believe
investigation?
it's 16.
16? With
Or no, my investigation's 18.
passive investigation 18 discerns that that could possibly be, if the portal is true, where the portal is, or where these lichens are coming from, because that's where majority seems that they're coming from. But on his way north, he spotted what looks like to be a ziggurat up ahead, and he saw barely, well, no, he saw a ziggurat. He didn't see anything closer because it's still too far away. But there's not that many lichens out about, and the paths are relatively clear. So it should be easy goings for the remainder of the day of travel.
So we kind of know probably where the portal is now.
Correct.
That's something to keep in mind. Uh,
And a majority of the lichens are not on the eastern side of the island, so Molchiad and Bryaxis should have an easy time marching through once they get here.
you said they're going to the Dragon Rock port. Was that
The Ketis, the
Nikitas?
Asimar that you all met back at Thard Island.
So maybe you should warn him that he's kind of heading towards the portal,
Okay.
or nearby at least, right? It's
Well,
in the
we
same
can't warn him. We
direction.
don't got magic. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Just some things I can do.
Um,
If we're going
eh,
to rest, I can go message a lot of people.
Well, I mean, it's a short rest, so you're not getting your spells back.
Yeah,
So
but
you would have to take that long rest
by
later.
the end of the day, I could.
Yes.
mhm.
So Lycan's coming from there, and then our path ahead's pretty clear. Biz 2 said, so should be
Yeah.
good for the most part.
Yeah. Um, so if there's nothing you guys want to do during your short rest, you can continue on. Because Biz was sent out earlier, and if you send him out again, you don't need to make checks. But Biz does need to make a perception check because he eventually will reach the supply depot about 3 hours before, or 2 hours before you, or yeah, 2 hours before you, because it's another 6 8 hours. So yeah,
The 23.
23. Okay, so he sees that, and then he's going to make his way back. So by the time you have spent a majority of the day preparing for your long, well, what time do you guys wake up? Around 7, I assume?
Well,
Yes.
around there because we
6.
got there kind of later, didn't we?
Well, you guys got there, and then by the time you entered the battle, it was around 8 o'clock. So I mean, it depends on
Yeah.
when you guys want to fall
So
asleep. So I'll say 6 or 7. So I'll say 7.
Wheat.
So by 8 o'clock, that's 12 hours. You guys technically could go for another 6 hours if you wanted to get to the temple, like in the dead of night, the supply depot. It's up to you.
Do you
But
want to?
I'll tell you first what he found though to help me make your decision better. He told you that yeah, it's the supply depot is basically just a bunch of barrels and pallets that has a bunch of supplies. There's no walls, no barricades. They sort of just put all of their supplies around this like old ruined ziggurat or temple or pyramid basically. He tells you that there's very few like guards, and the guards that are there are not freeborns. They're were rats. Um, and the worst part of it all is that, or the most concerning part of it, and it's filled with were rats. There's snakes everywhere. Well, there's actually that's not even a thing. There's snakes everywhere on this island. There's rats everywhere, like in the food and stuff, because a lot of it's already rotted and stuff. But the one thing that he did notice, and he tells you, says, yes, Akmonu is there, along with what's left of the people that went with him. Except they're all chained up uh, at the top of the ziggurat. Now with your passive investigation, Akmono is still alive, at least from what his observation is. Obviously, he didn't get close enough, but there are four intelligencers and Akmonu who are chained up, barely alive. Now, it was sort of hard for him in the dark. Um, Actually, make that perception check again. See if he gets a little bit. Because you rolled a 23, right?
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, actually, go ahead and roll him one more time for advantage.
All right. Less good. 18.
18. Akimono looks already undead, so it's already hard to tell. But like maybe he's undead. For all intents and purposes, it seems like they put them there as a trap of some sort.
They're trying to like lure people here so they can jump
Right,
them.
right.
I will. It's a shitty thing to do. I'm gonna message Shakamoto again. Uh, I guess he looks. Does he look unconscious? Did Biz 2 say?
Yeah, he looks unconscious, and he looks like he's undead or dead. Like he looks like
Like he's being kept alive barely.
barely kept alive. But it's hard to tell because he's already scarred and he's had multiple appendages and Jurassic surgeries on him. Because if you remember correctly, what he looks like he's a dead person that's walking.
He's
But he's actually
Frankenstein's monster.
yeah, but he's actually a fallen XMR that has a lot of scars.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's what he gathers. Biz 2 says it's probably a trap.
Yeah, but we don't know how long they're gonna keep that trap up before they decide to give up on it.
No. Because the were-rats, though they're guarding, they're also hiding around because as he also observed that there are people, like people who are fleeing their villages, and they think that the freeborns can help them because they've been forced to help the freeborns anyways. So it looks like people have been lured there as well, and then they just been killed.
So they're getting the people who are retreating to the freeborns.
Yes,
Yeah, to their numbers.
right.
Okay. I mean, he says it out loud, so you'll hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, obviously we got to go in there and just guns a blazing. Oh, sorry, you
Okay.
don't hold those
Well,
anymore.
I think that I think we should go tonight. I don't think we should go in guns a blazing. They're clearly expecting us to come in trying to save someone or someone trying to come in, right? So
Well, I mean, distraction, smart guys, and light lady. Actually, what? I don't know. You know, just an idea.
Okay. Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
People,
so
you people, we people, us people.
I'm the
You
distraction.
folks, me folks, yeah.
I distract, and you sneak in. I don't know. Like maybe we set a reverse trap.
Okay, let's get a little bit more in depth in reverse trap, right?
Okay.
You go in as a distraction.
Yes.
We go in what behind them or around the ziggurat.
I mean, wherever they're not looking, really, because I'm gonna make a big old
Sure.
noise.
And then we what? Just
We, you get
blow them up?
Akamono and the other ones if you can, or you spring the trap and explode them all. I don't know, meteor swarm the entire place. You did tell him you were gonna do it.
Yeah, it would be pretty funny if I did it, but uh I think hmm,
I'm just saying, idle threats mean nothing to people. You have to be willing to do the
sure,
thing.
yeah, Ox, I'm sure you know a lot about
You
that,
gotta
but
spill a little. No, you go to Liz like, yes, you must also spill a little blood. Ox is not wrong in this.
Like Ox doesn't show it, but like that is the proudest he's ever felt that Godolina has been of him. He's got like an internal
Yeah,
smile.
look, she's trying to still retain her once previous noble style, but she's slowly falling into the bloodthirsty route just because she's becoming more of an avenger. So,
Hmm.
I
and
still know
honestly, she's like, I need Ox as he is now once we reclaim the City of Illumination.
that's
I
terrible.
need Ox to be bloodthirsty if we want to kill more demons and evil stuff.
Christ. I think a lot of those rat folk and a lot of those lichens are probably innocent people who are just being forced to do this kind of thing.
Totally, like it's unfortunate, but
It's
we can't
unfortunate. It's
we
something we can
can't
avoid
we
doing
can't help.
if we
Well,
just go free Akimono and his the friends he's brought along.
I hate
And
to say this, Biz, but if these were rats, though, innocent nevertheless, attempt to impede me, I will cut them down because we are short for time. We've spent so much time with Nice Relia, the Hibis corpse is doing God knows what. And I know that I'm the key, which at the same time, I don't understand why they haven't even attempted to kidnap me. They need me to open the City of Illumination. I don't understand why they're just playing around at this point, why they're just messing around with the freeborns. But at the same time, I'm happy that they are, and I'm still here. But I want to deal with Nice Aurelia as fast as possible. And to do that, we need to defeat Nice Aurelia and find where these lichens are coming from, or the source. If we can kill O'Dirt, even better, because then all the lichens will return to normal. At least she's like, wait, is that how that
I
works?
don't know if that's quite. I don't know how
And
lichens work.
Ricardo's like, no, that's how vampires work. And she's like, are you sure about that? And he's like,
Vampires exist?
yes, Biz.
That was a joke.
Ox will laugh and be like, "Wait, really?"
Father, yeah, Silver's like, Father's like, it was in the teachings back at when we were training.
That was a
She's
bit.
like, we would come back, we would eventually fight some unsavory beings like vampires and demons.
Yeah, but like you don't got blood.
Okay,
So
that's true. We pretty much are not going to be affected by vampires or lichens, but we hang out with people that do.
true.
Gorlian's like, I'm also a part of that. I can't be infected by that. So
I'm
she
also.
she
It's
she
impossible to
hovers.
infect me as well.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm impossible because I'm Ox. Um, I'm God's fury.
My God is over here. And I wave totally.
She's like, technically,
Oh
no,
boy.
Ox, your patron is Coriel, but
Well, I mean, eh.
I'm just the messenger. I guess handler. I don't even see myself as a handler, honestly.
Now let's get a handle on these things and go save
There's
Akamonu.
yeah. So are you sending in Ox, or are we going to scout more so?
If we wanted, I'm just worried. Well, you said he had a whole like group of people, right? Not just a few. Uh,
Innocent people?
well, no, the ones Akamano
He
took
said
with him.
there's four with him, but the rest are dead, and there's like
The
20
rest are
dead.
dead. Okay.
Yeah, the rest are dead. He's like, yeah, there's a pile of bodies, including the intelligencers and the Zeal mercenaries that accompanied him.
All right, I've got an idea. Here's my idea. I run up the ziggurat. I cover Akamunu with myself, and then you rain down hellfire on everybody. I take the damage and I save him, and then we get out. We blow the popsicle stand.
Godolino will actually chime in and says it's actually not bad because I can cast protection from energy on him,
I
which
am
gives him
also
resistance.
able to be temporarily immune to
Sorry.
fire
Oh,
as
that
I
is,
as I
So
okay.
look at my pendant.
That is also true.
so the plan here is you run up to Ziggurat, you grab Ekman and cover him, make yourself immune to fire. I blow up the entire Ziggurat, including the 4 other people that are sitting
Yes.
up there,
Yes. Yes.
They're
Said
dead.
what I
I
said.
and
don't care.
and you grab him after that, and then we just run.
Yeah,
Yes. That's the plan. That's what he's saying.
this is the plan that Ox just gave you. Look, I would
I
recommend
love this
jumping off
plan.
of the building, but there's no ledge. It's a pyramid.
There's stairs on a ziggurat.
I know, but there's no like I can't jump off the edge and just like
Okay,
land.
so I do
You
get
technically could. You can just fall really far and
Ooh,
hit the ground.
I can do that.
Yeah.
That's my second option. I grab
It's
him and I
surrounded by
jump.
yeah, it's surrounded by trees and shrubs and stuff. And it's in the middle of a jungle.
so I don't like that plan.
Yeah,
Let's
so
be
it's
very
like,
clear.
no, we should save those men.
Yeah,
Like,
well, listen, I get like
I,
the rat lichens are like they're gonna attack us. Those people are more than innocent. They are supposed to be our allies.
even Verkati and Silver's like we should save them. Corlox is like, yeah, we should save them. So
So
Corlox is the
Yeah.
neutral is like we should save them.
if we
It's unfortunate that Agmonu's already led them to this ambush already, but like we shouldn't just kill them outright. That's not who we should be.
so if I throw away my morals and let's say you distract them and I then blow all of them up away from the people we're trying to save,
Mhm.
that's maybe more something. But
Yeah. That's a better plan, I would
Yep, so-
say, than
How big's Meteor Swarm?
huge. There's 4 of them and they're like let me check actually. 40-foot radius, so it's like 80 feet wide for each one.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And they do
Four
20
of them.
d6 fire and bludgeoning.
Yep.
Okay. So how about this? Godolina, you give me the ability to be resistant to the fire. I take my amulet and I put it on Akamonu to make him immune, and then I cover up the other 4 guys, and then we save as many as we can do that way. How's that?
I don't think you have. I don't think you're that big or that small to cover 4 grown human men.
Okay, then I will pull myself and Akamonu over them.
why do we have to explode?
Sorry, are the
Yeah,
rat people
he's really-
next to
he's
the
really-
people
Like,
on
oh,
the ziggurat? Are they there?
What,
I'm
the no-
confused.
The normal folk?
No, the rat people. Are they
They're all over. Like they're hiding in boxes, eating
so they
in the
are around the
boxes.
ziggurat.
Yeah. They're. It's basically
Okay.
surrounded. Yeah.
why don't we just explode it around the pyramid and not where the people are?
I'm also just worried because we're looking at this as just there's gonna be rat folk who are gonna or rat lichens who are gonna jump out of this. But there's also a chance that he's not just like knocked out permanently, he's also like mind controlled or something. I think we need to consider that at least a little bit.
Fine, I'll beat the crap out of him.
Okay. Very interesting. I think you're kind of missing my point,
I
which
think
is
you're overthinking this entire situation.
I think you're underthinking the entire situation.
I don't think. I act.
You're
We
making that
noticed.
very clear.
I can only imagine that this is happening as we're kind of like continuing along.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. You guys are still
So-
like marching through the jungle at night. Well, late afternoon.
I can meteor swarm. If you want, you can be a distraction. I can also make you a larger animal if you want to be a larger distraction. That's up to you. Or I can make someone else one as well.
Is there any way that we can teleport them away from there? Or
I can
no?
teleport 7 people and so can Biz too. So if we get all of them in one place, we can.
They are. Biz 2 is like they're all concentrated at the top of the ziggurat. All
So
5
if
of them.
Biz 2 could theoretically just get up there and teleport them all out.
And then meteor swarm.
We don't need to kill them if we teleport out.
Yeah, there would be no. Yeah, the whole point was the not
the
meteor
point,
swarm.
I would prefer not to kill them. I thought I made that clear.
But
You know
also,
what I mean? Teleport them away, and then when
We
we're all
teleport everyone away,
Just-
and then Ox goes to the rat lichens, and then we teleport, and then I blow them all up with Ox inside them, and he makes himself immune to one of the types.
well, Golding is just like, then we really don't need to go to the supply deal. But at the same time, the supplies could be very beneficial to our forces, including us, since we need food.
Okay, yeah.
But at the same time, we don't
Well,
need
if
it.
I blow up the place, it's not gonna be that many
Well,
supplies.
okay, she's like, well, now that we can get the prisoners out of there, there really is no need to meteor swarm at all.
Okay, so plan is Biz 2 goes up to the top, teleports them out back to camp. We then just clear everyone out and try to take the supply depot on our own.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, if we want to take the supply depot, yeah, that'd probably be
If we
the
want
best.
to take the supply depot.
Yeah, Golden Land is she's 50-50 on it. She's like, we don't need it, but at the same time, it would be beneficial. Verkati says we could use the supplies, and I think that's pretty much it. Gaby's like, yeah, I could use.
I think
guess.
it could be useful if we take here and then basically use it as a checkpoint that we
That's
can
true.
go
Yeah.
from between the
Yeah.
the stronghold and also the mountains where the portal might be.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Fine.
no blowing up this
Look,
time.
man, Meteor Swarm is gonna. Yeah, Meteor Swarm will come again. Don't worry, that's
It
fine.
will eventually, yeah. It's
Oh.
I
a
don't
matter
see
of
why.
time.
I don't. Yeah, it's literally a matter of time.
Yeah, I took the spell. I'm not getting rid of it.
He's used it before on you. What's stopping
Yeah.
him from doing it again? But no, if you want to save the four, it's just more. It's better that way. So, yeah. So you're gonna send Biz in to go grab him, and then you guys just move and secure the place.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you turn me into something bigger that can you still use my weapons?
Um that's a very interesting question because it does have to be a beast. So most
Hmm.
animals don't know how to use weapons, but I could turn you into like a giant ape, and then you want to start swinging a sword around. I don't know how well it's gonna go.
Well, I don't know if. Well, then I can't really use my other abilities. I don't know.
No, yeah,
Eh.
being an animal does that.
No, it's fine. I'll go in as myself. I'm a big dumb ape anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. Sometimes.
Shut up. You can't tell me that.
Said sometimes.
Oh,
I was
Sometimes.
nice, kinda.
wow.
Wow.
Wah.
Interesting.
Okie dokie.
Okay, we have a plan.
All right. So you guys been doing it tonight, though?
Yep. I do the entire time. Just I'm very upset that I don't get to jump off of something. Like that's my major complaint.
No one's
I'm like,
stopping you. You can definitely jump off the ziggurat if you want. You can
It's-
like run up the ziggurat, tackle a were rat, and then jump off it to complete your mission, your side mission.
yes.
So yeah, it's
I'm
definitely
gonna find the biggest guy. That's what I'm gonna do.
from what Biz2 said, they're all were rats, so they're all like 4'5" tall
Oh,
rat
man.
guys. Yeah.
Well, not worth it.
Yeah, it's sort of not worth it.
The last time I did that, I did it with the leader of the, the freelancers guild.
Okay. Are you guys just gonna march in? Or are you guys just gonna say are you gonna
Alright.
sneak around or just gonna march in? Oh no, Ox is as Ox I'm assuming Ox is still charging in recklessly. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are
Yeah.
just gonna follow in behind him.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another 6 hours pass. It's the dead of night. You guys are nearing exhaustion, but you guys will have enough energy to finish off these rat people. Ox, how far ahead are you going of the party?
I'll probably go a good like 300,
100.
400 feet.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
That far.
So on your carpet, how high are you flying?
I'm gonna say 90.
90
At
feet.
least,
Okay.
so basically, as I want to be able to put myself near the top of the ziggurat with the height thing.
Yeah,
So
as you're getting closer, since you have dark vision, you can basically make out the surroundings. That's pretty much in gray. The ziggurat's about 50, 60 feet high.
okay, so
It's not that big.
I'll be 20 feet higher than that.
Okay. Well,
So
we'll just
80
put you.
feet.
I'll just put 80 feet. Yeah. Okay. So 300 feet, you're getting there well before everyone else, unless Godolina and Biz wants to fly too, or and Tav. So you want to fly. So you guys want to be 300 feet away, or actually it doesn't really matter. All right, but are you flying, three of you, or the two of you, Biz and Tav?
I'll
I'm
probably
gonna
hold off on
fly.
flying
You'll hold off
because it's
flying.
kind of limited
What about
until
you, Tav? Are you flying
I'm
or
gonna
no?
fly.
How high?
Uh, like as high as Ox. Say that.
80 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So, Ox, we'll start off with you. You are first to reach the area. I'll go ahead and bring you to the map.
Mhm.
As you enter from as you enter from this side, you can see
Mhm.
that as informed by Biz 2, it's a ziggurat. It looks like there is like a probably like archaeological dig site at one point, but was just basically retrofitted to be a supply depot. There are literally nothing but were rats around. You can see that the were rats up here are just like pretty much like what happened to the prisoners and who was that metal guy? You see there's just like a bitch about blood in the middle of this pit. I didn't put it because it's too graphic, but there's a pile of bodies, a lot of
Okay.
them. But yeah, there's most just these rat people. They're just skirting around. But the two over here are yelling. They are yelling in common, Imperial common. They're just like, "Oi, what happened to the prisoners? Who was that guy? I don't know. Uh, How did they know before to find us? How did he teleport? Did they teleport? They disappeared. They teleport, dumbass. I don't know what teleport is.
So is this post Biz going in and then like
This is
dipping out?
literally, yeah, this is, I would assume that you were flying with Biz 2 and Biz 2 went ahead of you.
Hmm.
And you probably would have seen in the distance a little flicker of light. And then you probably just arrived as it probably maybe a few seconds after it just happened.
Hmm. Okay.
Right? I will say right now, they don't notice you.
Hmm. I'm gonna, yeah. In that case, I guess I can just go this way. All right. I'm gonna go in super stealthy quiet because it's gonna take me another turn to get over to the center, it looks like.
Technically, you're not in combat, technically. So,
Okay, yeah. Then I'm gonna go I'm gonna like come over here and then I'm gonna slowly drop down and then I'm gonna gonna land on top of this guy.
oh, okay, okay. So you're flying above them. I will have them make perception checks. Well, actually, I'll use their passive perceptions, and they obviously I'll use passive perception. Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage because
All
you are
right.
the only thing you really have to do is not like make a sound since your carpet is silent, technically.
Nice. 17.
Yeah, so they don't notice you. No one notices you in the thick of the night.
I have
So you're gonna,
my favorite plan that I have an idea.
yeah.
I'm gonna wait for one of them to look around and I'm gonna grappling one of them and try to pull him up.
Which one?
The
This one
one, yeah, that
or
one right there, yeah.
okay? So you okay? So you're gonna are you going to like grab him and just jump off
Uh,
or
yeah,
I
I'm
don't know what you're doing.
gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, like a Spider-Man grab and pull up.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, that's
And then
fair.
it turns around and where did it go?
Yeah.
Wow. Him.
Okay. So I'm assuming you go over here.
Yep.
The carpet's like around 5 feet. You're gonna grab him, right?
Yep. I'm gonna grab him.
Okay. So go ahead and make a grapple check with advantage.
All right. That is strength.
Yes.
So is that just athletics or
Yeah. It's athletics.
okay? That is an 18.
Yeah. So you easily grab him, and he's just like, ah, just freaking out.
And I'm like, welcome to the Thunderdome, and I rage and I jump.
What do you have athlete
I do
with
not have
feet?
athlete. No.
Just trying to, I want to calculate how far you're gonna jump. I know you're jumping down, but
Hmm. All right. Let me go ahead and roll for my rage to see how well that goes.
yeah, oh, that'd be funny if it was that.
Please be on.
You have a strength of what?
22.
22? And then how tall are you? How tall is
I'm like
Ox?
6 feet.
6 feet. All right. So yeah, you can if you want, you can just jump like 5 feet up in the air with him and then go down if you
Yeah,
want.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'll run.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Run,
Okay.
run.
All right, let's roll. Where the hell is my? Okay, I'm trying to figure out which. Okay, here it is. I was on the wrong page. I was trying to figure out where the hell my rage stuff was. All right,
Mhm.
8
Hmm.
is a bolt of light shoots from my chest. Another creature of my choice within 30 feet. That I can see within 30 feet must succeed on a con save. I'm gonna blast the other one in the face as I'm falling.
Yeah, he rolled a not enough.
Yeah, so he takes a die 6 of radiant damage and is blinded until the start of my next.
Hilarious.
So that's 6 solid radiant damage.
6 radiant damage takes it right in the chest, blinded by the light, and then he just before he goes blind, he just sees his buddy, his partner go. You can jump. You can technically jump 5 feet that way, and then you're gonna fall about
Mhm,
10 feet and hit the ground. Now you can make an acrobatics check to land on your feet. If not,
mhm.
you'll just fall prone with him.
Oh no, no, I'm gonna try to land right on him and squish him.
Okay, so you go and make an acrobatics check.
Alrighty.
Actually, no,
Uh,
don't make an acrobatics because you're just gonna fall on top of him, so that's fine.
mhm,
All right, yeah, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and apply damage. He takes 4 points of damage. I'll double that for 8 to apply your weight, and so he's
mhm,
basically bloodied after that.
mhm.
You definitely feel the breaking of ribs, and he's breathing heavily. But he's down there. You're both are prone.
Mhm.
Um, the party's still got a little bit of ways to go, so you can still continue to do what you're doing. I will go ahead and have you roll for initiative though.
Absolutely.
More so because the wild magic sort of stirred everyone away.
16.
16. Okay. Oops, that's not what I want. And then where is that is a 12. All right, so we'll go ahead and start off with the first round of combat over here. The party will probably come in second turn or third turn, but it's not gonna take that long. So what are you doing now?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish that guy off right there. I'm gonna pull my carpet down to me.
Okay.
Um, I don't know how far. It's like what, 30 feet?
No, it's 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use reckless because why not?
You gain advantage anyways because you grapple him.
Oh, perfect. Well,
Yeah.
then I use half of my movement to stand up so that I'm not at disadvantage. So,
Okay.
boom. That is a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah.
That misses.
That misses is about right because this isn't a werewolf.
That is 18 plus 11. That is 29 magical slashing damage.
How do you finish this were
Quickly, easily, and then I hop on my carpet to go back up to the other one that's blind.
Yeah. Okay. You'll be back up to the edge with your carpet,
Okay.
but you have movement still, so you could technically just jump off.
Yep. I jump off and I go to whack that guy at
Yep.
advantage because he's
He's like
blind.
screaming.
That is a 34.
Yeah.
And that is 22 magical slashing
22 magical slashing.
as I
He
scream,
is yeah, he is also gone.
I'm king of the cigarette.
I will say, yeah, sorry, you want to finish your turn?
That is the rest of my turn.
Okay. I will say that on your way here, there are a lot of rats, but there are also a lot of barrels and crates. And with your passive perception, you can see that a lot of them are marked fire wine, which is like the good stuff, like primo. Like there's a lot of it. The freeborns must have been ready for like a celebration because there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
fire wine here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
and there, I think every barrel is like 800 gold apiece.
Oh,
That's a lot
I'm
of
way to
money.
pay Jeffrey now.
Yeah,
Oh God, no.
pretty much.
hey, all right, this is mine.
Yeah, that's true. Ox just like wipes away the markings. These are just barrels of nothing.
This is barrels of water.
Yeah, this is fire water, which is not as good as fire wine. Okay, so go on to the were rats, which they're not going to really do much against Ox, but they're going to try something. Um, there you go. Ooh, I guess yeah, they're gonna pull out their hand crossbows, so he's gonna go up, move, because this is actually 30. Oh, okay, so to get there is 15 feet. He's going to actually dash,
Okay.
to get to 30. So he'll get to the very top, and that's all his actions. He will go ahead and make a climb check using dexterity. Um, Barely passes. And he's gonna get up to this ledge. The other one here is gonna you're still too far away up, so he has to go up. So that's 20 feet, so 10 dash. That's only 20, so he's still halfway up the stairway with his hand crossbow out. And that's pretty much it. So we go back to Ox.
I'm gonna go ahead and just step on my carpet over here, and we
Yep.
are gonna go down here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this guy that just came up here. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and do reckless because why not?
Yep.
That is a natural 20,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
so that is gonna be Jesus. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I forgot that keen smell. I could have whiffed your BO.
That is a 32 magical slashing.
As you fly down and jump on this poor were rat, how do you end this were rat? He's like, he just
Uh,
got the time. He's like, I'm gonna get you.
I go, King of the cigarette, and I kick him off as I kill
Oh
him.
yeah, hell yeah. This is definitely king of the hill right now.
And then I
Yeah.
walk right over to this guy. I'm like, your turn.
He is 15 feet below you still because he's climbing up the stairs.
Okay, well then I will. I'll walk down to him,
Okay.
just like menacingly.
Yeah, he's climbing up, and you just sort of like just jog down to him. He's like, oh no.
28 to hit.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad. That's not that much. It's 19 magical slashing.
How do you end this one?
Oh, same way. King of the cigarette. Kick him down the stairs.
Yeah, no, he's now turned form into a elderly dwarven man.
All right, and I walk back over to my carpet, and that's where I
Okay,
end my
okay.
turn.
The last remaining were just like, no, not worth it. He's gonna dash. 30 to get down, and he still has 30 left. And he's gonna start sprinting. And he's like squeaking. He's like, squeak, ah!
Hmm.
That's pretty much it. We're there. We get to the next round, and everyone else finally comes into view. All of you can see that there's a rat running towards you.
Screaming about King of the Ziggurat from on top of the finger.
Yeah, and I will give the party here surprise. So, what do you guys want to do?
Eldritch blast him.
As soon right before she said that, Biz does get halfway through and saying, "You know, we don't have to kill him."
Yeah, die, bitch.
We don't have to. Bam!
Yep, advantage on that side.
Yeah, I think he's dead already, but that's
Probably.
okay, that's bad. But let's see. Yeah, I dealt 20 there, and last one is 30 force damage.
You think he's already dead?
Yeah, you blow his head off as he's running around with his head. He's like, yeah, boom, head flies off, his corpse flies forward, and like the second other blasts just shred his corpse, and there's pretty much nothing by the time it reaches this point. You're out of
I
combat.
did it. I did
Out of combat.
it.
Supply depot has been secured.
That was
Nice.
That can't be
very-
it. How did Akamanu go down if there's 5 rats?
okay. Let's
With passive perceptions, you can see that this place is infested with large rats and rats. Like some of the food spoiled. But all of you also see that there's a lot of fire wine barrels everywhere, including water. Um, there's also ammunition for like crossbows and stuff as well. But yeah, there's from right now that's all you really see, unless you guys want to do investigations.
let's investigate.
Yeah,
I
I'll do
think.
investigation.
Yeah.
So where are you guys all going to investigate? So she's gonna stay up here. She's gonna fly 30 feet up in the air and take a look around.
I'll float down to this kind of pit area. See if there's
Oh,
anything.
you're flying?
Yeah, I'll fly around.
How high are you flying right now?
Just like a few feet above the ground, just so I can
Up and
easily maneuver.
Okay. Um, what about the rest of them? The 3 guys?
They will kind of still will stick to me. Riccardi will, I guess go check out what Ox is doing.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, Ox, what are you doing?
I'm gonna quickly look around to see if I could find anybody worth beating the crap out of.
There's just rats, like large rats.
Um, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and secure some fire wine then. I'm gonna let my rage
Okay.
run out and just start being like, wipe it. I'm gonna do the thing where I'm gonna wipe off like the symbol and be like, I need some water.
Okay. Where are you? Are you going like down over here or something
I'm
like
just
that?
going to right here to
Okay.
this one.
Sounds good. Gordon is watching. Go ahead, everyone, make investigation checks, or perception checks, depending on what you're doing. Gordon is gonna make a perception check as well.
Ooh, 24. Nice.
Me too.
Nice. Nice.
Wow.
18 for me.
Okay. Gordon got a 17. So, were those investigations or perceptions?
Perception.
Investigation.
Investigation.
All right. So the two perceptions was Gordolina and Ox. Ox, are you drinking the fire wine or are you just
No,
like?
no, I'm prepping it for taking.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there's already a couple barrels open too, so if you want to. But yeah, so with your perception, you just see a lot of rats. You see some rats in the fire wine which are dead. You know, oh wow, throw that out. Um, Godolina doesn't see anything either. Um, with the investigations, I'm gonna just do the first like 5 minutes or the first few minutes. Um, Tav, the supplies are pretty much in good order, except a lot of them is bad, and there's just so many rats. Um, and same thing with you, Biz. The majority of the supplies are in good condition, but there's just a lot of rats and infestation, so that's pretty much the only issue you're gonna have is clearing them out. But Steven will sort of chime in, and he's talking to one of them, but he's like, "Hey, I'm maybe it's been a while since I've been a rat, but typically when there's strangers or just random people in like conflict, we tend to run. Also, I'm trying to talk to these guys and none of them are responding to me. I don't know if I have like an accent.
I'm gonna shoot Eldritch Blast at one of the rats.
I turn to Biz and I'm like, you know what time it is? Burn this place to the ground as I like grab the barrel and fly off.
Uh,
Anyways,
I'm not going to blow the place up, Ox. I'm trying to keep it.
um, I will say that Tav, you do see something out of the corner of your eye over in that area. And as soon as you see it, it's like a little spark. And as soon as you see the spark, you see that there is a trail of firewine liquid going to the area. And immediately as that spark has appeared, it's too late as it ignites everything
Oh God!
in the supply depot. Now the explosion is massive because there are about 50 barrels of fire wine down there still. So the radius is around 60-foot radiuses. And
Nice.
that is
This is reminiscent of a building falling on our heads.
yes, very much so.
Or a even bigger explosion with other magical stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like something wild with
Oh,
magic.
I don't. Yeah, it's not ringing a bell.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You
With
know,
a whole
Ox, you got your
city.
wish. The entire place is getting burnt to the ground.
With us in it.
Even though he knows that it's too late, there's not much he can do. He just goes, "It must be my birthday."
Yeah, no, I feel you. I totally
Oh
get it.
God, no. Fucking die. Maybe not me and Corlock's immune. Not me, I'm resistant to fire, but still.
Yeah, so everybody, because everyone's pretty much in the camp and around the camp, will have to make, I believe, a save.
Mhm.
Everyone needs to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a dirty
Or
20.
myself, I got nothing. 8 for Biz.
Mhm.
Come on, Silver.
Or
What's
Lena
your
with the
deck
one.
save?
Oh my God. I rolled a nat 20 for a 24, and as I see Godolina fail, I'm like, good crap. Flying
Yeah,
out of the
no,
way.
yeah, it's
Okay.
bad.
Oof.
17 for Silver.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then does he have perception? Doesn't. Okay, it's just +4.
Oh shit.
11 for
My
Mercado.
goodness.
11 for Riccati. Okay. Is that everybody? God damn it.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Yes.
Corlock's rolled a 19. And Steve rolled a 15.
Right. So Ox is the only one that passed.
Oh!
And everyone, and Ox, you take half of this.
Order. Aha.
61 points of fire
Okay.
damage.
Yes,
Mercado will use evasion to take half of that.
Okay. And everyone that did fail also takes burning. So at the beginning of each of your turns, you can choose to make a deck save or use an action to put yourself on fire, if applicable. Obviously, you don't want to roll around in burning ground, right? Like the whole ground is seeped in flames because there's fire wine everywhere. So you want to go outside of it or, be logical. But you will suffer 6 points of fire damage every turn when you are burning. Um, yes. So with the explosion happening, everyone pretty much gets rattled. Godolina has fallen down to the ground. Ox, your carpet.
Oh,
Oh,
Is it
come on,
gone?
Unfortunately,
man.
Finally, Willie?
bro,
how many explosions can this fucking carpet take?
look, man,
I straight up massively succeeded at this. Come
you
on.
massively succeeded. If your carpet was just a little bit bigger, I would say the size of the ziggurat, it would have survived.
The carpet can fit in full-sized rat now.
Yes. So
little
you
teacup.
are no longer flying. You are falling 80 what's 30 feet because you weren't flying that high. 20
No,
feet.
I was actually down there by the barrel.
Oh, then never mind. Yeah, your carpet's totally gone. But yeah, you are
Well,
raging still, so that's pretty good.
yeah, well now I'm gonna try to find out who set that spark. I'm furious.
Yeah, so it is a haze, and I think realistically, no one can see right now through the fire. Um, but I will say the fire will subside, but the ground you're standing on right now is engulfed in flames because of the fire line. All right, so you're all stepping on fire basically. But as the fire sort of now lowers, so you can see your surroundings, even though because everything's so illuminated now, you can now see in the corner over here, a massive, large, demonic clawed hand, like literally just a hand. It's the size of about a large creature, strolls out from the jungle interior, and atop of it is the drow elf Jin Maris, who has this huge smile on his face, obviously.
Scream, you owe me a new carpet, you son of a bitch.
Um, as he's standing there with his arms crossed, you can all sort of now see. Go. You can see that emerging from the shadows in the jungle surrounding you, the periphery, are these large, hulking shadow beasts with human skulls for a face. As they begin to appear basically from out of the shadows.
Hmm.
Oops.
But
One right here. And one from the jungle. This one flies up and lands on top. Actually, they're all flying. But this one's actually 60 feet at the very top. And for everyone who has a passive perception of more than 18, because there's fire in the ground,
mhm.
you all those people can see that there is like it looks like moles, like the moles that they leave a trail and they grow like basically are underground, but like they still are close to the surface. You can see multitudes of these trails all coming from outside the jungle towards all of you in the center of this fiery hellscape. And with that, the trap it has been finally set, and we'll go and pick this up next Saturday.
Thanks everybody for joining us, watching me lose my carpet for the second time. Should have made
I
it
did
fireproof.
say that there was fire white barrels everywhere.
I mean, I get
Yeah,
it.
we thought it was a nice drink.
It is a
Was.
nice drink. It is a very nice drink.
It was a nice
It's
drink.
all gone now.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week. See you next Friday for Red to Black, a Black Ballad saga. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful rest of the day, everybody.